perimeter for the shape below. So a perimeter is simply all of the sides added up. You'll notice you have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Are they all labeled? No. Fix that. And of course, you can simply circle box all of your like terms. If you want, you can rewrite everything, but I'm lazy. So I recognize I have 6x squared. Those are obviously like terms because they're the exact same thing. And I also have 15x squared. Am I going to include all of these other x's? No, these are x squareds. But negative 4x, and 3x. Ooh, I almost forgot this one right here. That's 1x. Those are all like terms. And I only have one constant. And remember, constants go at the end. Everything else is in descending exponential order. So that means I'm going to look at all of my exponents and which one is the biggest. Well, it would be my pink circles. 2 is bigger than 1. So I'm going to take 6x squared plus 6x squared plus 15x squared. Of course, that would be 12. So 12 plus 15, we would get 27x squared. Okay, let's go ahead and add up all of our green boxes. I think I'm going to start with negative 4x minus 4x, that's negative 8, plus 3x plus 1x, that's negative 8 plus 4 will give me negative 4x. All right, lastly, well, I just have my 1, so plus 1. That probably was one of the easiest problems we had here. Just add up all of your like terms. Now moving on to something a little bit more difficult would probably be if I gave you the perimeter and I asked you to find the missing length. Right here. All right, so if I have a triangle that's 1, 2, 3 sides, usually what I would do is add up all of my sides, and it should be equal to this. So some of you guys have told me, well, let's add them up. We have 5x minus 8 plus 7x minus 13. Now, I should have another term here, or another leg, but I don't. And it should be equal to my perimeter, 15x plus 27. Now, of course, before we could try and figure out this difference, you guys combined your like terms, which would give you 12x and that would be a negative 21. And we set it equal to 15x plus 27. Now, you guys were telling me that I could have simply subtracted these from the perimeter like we had done before, and that's actually what we're about to do right now. So I'm going to eliminate my 12x and put it over here. I don't know why I put 2 there, sorry. 12x. And I would also eliminate my negative 21 by adding 21. Oh, oops, I actually made a boo-boo here, I'm sorry. So that should not have been 21. That should have been 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That should have been a positive 5. My apologies. knew these numbers sounded wrong. So if that's a positive 5, I'm going to subtract 5. There we go. All right, so that would leave me with 3x and then plus 22. What some people also did is that they added up, that would give you 12, and then they said, okay, well, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm missing 3x. And then they also took the 13 and the negative 8 and combined them, and that would give us, again, the 5. So 5, the difference between 5 and 27, which is exactly what we did, is our 22. If you combine all these like terms, you will end up with your 15x plus 27. Next one. This one, some people got a little bit confused. All I'm asking is which of the 4 pairs are equivalent. So, just to confirm here, if I see here that says 6 times x, which is the same as 6x, and plus 3. In comparison here, I have 6 times x plus 3. So that sounds like I need to distribute, which would give me 6x plus 18. These two statements are not equivalent. Now here I have x plus 72. On the other hand, I have this whole expression being multiplied by 9. So that means I would need to distribute again. That would be 9x plus 72, which is, again, not equivalent. Now, in comparison, let's see here. I have 8 times 6, and then divided by x. So this I actually wrote as 8, and then times, I could even say this. Ooh. In comparison, I have 8 times x over 6, two very different statements. Lastly, I have 9 and then parentheses, so that means to distribute. So 9 times 6 would be 54 plus 9x, and which is the same thing I have here, 9 times 6, which is 54, and plus 9x. Now, this one, a lot of people miss what property was used. Distribution on the correct one. Lastly, identify the property illustrated above. So we have 13 plus negative 13 equals 0. So it eliminated. Now, that's a really key term here. Sorry, I should have written it. All right. Now, which one of these mean elimination? Would actually be your additive inverse. In comparison, if I had associative property of addition, associative property of addition would be something like 13 plus 14 plus 2. And the associative property would say that that's the same as you move the parentheses. Commutative property of addition says something like, use a different color, 4 as addition plus 6 is equal to 6 plus 4. You're going to move your terms around the addition symbol. And lastly, identity property. Identity property means that I put something